So, there's a new phrase making the rounds in political conversations: Blue MAGA. It's not a tongue-in-cheek remark or a compliment, it's an insult that people, mostly young progressives, are throwing around online. What it does is mash the color that represents the Democrats, blue, with the slogan the current president has brandished all his career: "Make America Great Again." The visual is startling because it blends a party's traditional identity with a campaign slogan you almost always hear in the context of the other side. That mashup is right at the heart of what the founders of the progressive movement want to say: the old guard, the more established liberals who haven't quite caught up with the urgent questions of the day, are as victorious for the status quo and therefore as dangerous as the guy whose campaign was introduced in the first place. It's a sort of ironic reproach. According to poll evidence, Gen Z has a wide span of distrust toward the established parties, and that distrust bleeds into real-world politics. The more the older liberals seem out of touch, the more the young folks use the term to highlight that difference. Blue MAGA is a shorthand for telling those who vote Democratic, who think they're on the left, that they are, in fact, caving into the same old politics that people on the right love to beat. The message is, you're not progressive enough. Hassan Piker, a well-known progressive streamer, made the point in May: Blue MAGA is crying a lot lately. The phrase is everywhere on social media chatter, especially when commentary emerges about candidates who break into the scene from the Democratic Socialists of America. The online left finds it even more entertaining to splash skin over older liberals. Why? Because shentos of seniors and senior conservative voters have been betting that a candidate or an ideology that reduces budgets or imposes huge reforms is a threat, so why not label those who also believe in reform as a different color? On the scale energy of those who use the term, the main thing to note is trademark usage. It is, technically, no longer a protected name. But think of that as a new way to gauge political ideologies. The phrase that turns blue into MAGA signifies the world that a sufficiently large community can create. A battle over ideas, old versus the future. It reinforces the programming that there are new mechanisms for defining the left, and it is a means of dividing static conversation into movement stage. That clarifies why our younger generations keep it. So the term is more than a slap in the face, it's a cautionary call that a sense of urgency, a feeling of being old school, is no longer sufficient in between democracy and change. In your own conversations, consider what your own usage of terms like this telegraph about you to the younger audience. Keep that in mind, the conversation is happening, and the future continues to reflect our useheads. That's all for now. Thank you for accompanying me in today's chat about the fascinating evolution behind Blue MAGA. Stay aware and stay engaged.